Hey guys, Manchester United 2, Westham 1. What a game! It was a really interesting game. I'm glad we got the 3 points, but I was really disappointed with how we played. After the young boys situation during the week, I was really expecting us to step our game up, even though I do know that Westham is a very difficult team to play against. But in this situation, they didn't have their main striker Antonio. So I would expect that would be an easier game for us. And also considering our performance midweek, I expected that we'd step it up a bit. Expected that Ole would come up with the tactics to enable our team to advance easily and get the 3 points easily. But this game was not a really good game for us. The problem is Ole is too much dependent on the individual tactics. When it comes to organizing a team's tactics, when you look at coaches like Pep, or we look at Klopp or Tuchel, you can see that they already have a strategy. Even just after looking at Chelsea's game with Tottenham, you could see that there's a desire for the players to win the game. So in this situation, I can say that our coach is clueless. He is heavily dependent on individual brilliance for us to make it through the game. This game was going to be a draw if it were not for Jesse Lingard and David De Gea. So those are our two saviors today. But what if those saviors don't come through? What if the individual brilliance doesn't come through? Then what happens is the same situation we have with young boys. I didn't see the desire from the players to get that win. There was poor performance, poor gameplay. The passing was horrendous. It was really quite disappointing to watch at some point. And how did West Ham just... we played West Ham like as if we were playing Chelsea or Liverpool. That's how the game was. And that is not to be expected when it comes to Man United. I think Man United's standards have fallen so low that getting a win against West Ham is the next best thing. I really expected a bit of a better performance as compared to the young boys situation. But I just think we're just strolling through by luck. And eventually this luck is going to run out. It's only a matter of time. If Ole doesn't recognize that he needs to create some tactics, we won't be in the top performing teams for long. Eventually, we're going to be outrun by Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool. So if Ole doesn't step his game up and actually introduce some tactics and the way we can beat teams that usually sit back, or just have some formula in which we can win a game, individual brilliance is not going to save us for long. There's going to be a time whereby Ronaldo is not going to be scoring goals. There's going to be a time like today where we saw Pogba and Bruno underperform, where they cannot create goals or even score any goals. We saw today's Greenwood's poor performance. So if we don't have some tactics, we are not going to last long, and this is going to be yet another disappointing season. I said it since last season. Solskjaer is a very good guy. He's an average coach, and since from the time he joined in, I have not yet seen any improvement when it comes to tactics. Just the normal sideways passing, back passing, lack of desire from the players. It's just been an abysmal performance. Of course, we cannot say that we want Solskjaer out right now because it's too early at the beginning of the season, but I'm just seeing the trend continue. I'm not seeing anything new. There is no excuse for Solskjaer not to perform this season because we have Ronaldo now, we have Sancho, somebody he really wanted. We've got all kinds of players right now. So it's up to him to come up with the desired tactics for us to win. Otherwise, we're just going to be the normal average team, just like how Tottenham is at the moment. That's where we're going to fall. So, regarding today's performance, um, I know people like to complain about Fred a lot, but let's take Fred for who he is. He's more of an interceptor kind of a guy, and he's everywhere. He roams around the pitch almost everywhere. So I can get sometimes he may get tired a bit, and not perform to his best. He does have some poor passing, but I've noticed that Fred is the only guy who gives straight passes. Sometimes the passes may be bad because he doesn't give the safe passes, the sideways passes that everyone gives. That's what I've noticed about our team. Everyone just gives the safest passes. No one wants to risk giving the challenging passes, and that's what I've seen Fred do most of the time. So that's why we can see that in his situation, he may gives the ball away in sometimes. Pogba was not good today. Greenwood was not good. I don't know why he was always staying back. He needs to be near the box, waiting for those through passes, but he was always just staying behind, leaving Ronaldo to stay in the box alone. Bruno was not good as well. The whole team was not good today. We just had some individual brilliant performances. We know Ronaldo is going to be Ronaldo. Jesse Lingard just redeemed himself from the poor, abysmal performance in the Champions League. So that was great. De Gea also, he was fantastic today. That save at the end. Luke Shaw made a huge mistake in that injury time. Yeah, I think it's better off having the guy giving a cross than having a handball. You always have to put your hands at the back all the time. That has to be ringing at the back of your head. So poor performance from Luke Shaw in that situation could have costed us the game. Other than that, the game was really not that interesting, other than Westham always getting a drop on us with their counter attacks. Maguire almost cost us a goal in that situation. Varane is fantastic. I enjoy when Bissaka is always great. Doesn't know how to cross, but it's okay anyway. The subs that came in, I would have loved to see Van der Beek come in and play a bit. Maybe would have offered some little bit of creativity when we had no ideas on how to score. I don't know why Solskjaer doesn't like to use him. Could have subbed off Fred a bit, maybe 20 minutes to go, and put Van der Beek in, and they could have joined him with Pogba and Bruno, maybe try to create something. So I don't know. Let's wait and see. Solskjaer says he likes Van der Beek and wants him as part of his system. So we have yet to see what he has in store for him. But today's game, we could have easily lost the 3 points. I just hope that Solskjaer can come up with some tactics. This performance cannot continue. It cannot continue if you're going to stay up top. We need to win these games. Solskjaer needs to deliver, and we need a trophy this season. If not, he needs to go. He's been given far too many chances. He's been given the players that he wants. So there's no more time for excuses. We need some good performances. Just come in with some tactics or something. Yeah, so let's hope on our next game we can have a better game.